Hey, what's up everyone? Today I'll be going over what keybinds I believe are essential to drastically improving your gameplay and hopefully helping you climb. I split this video up into 3 categories: abilities, auto attacks, and visual clarification. If you end up enjoying this video, please consider liking and subscribing. Okay, first off, the most important thing... Yo, Jinx, do you mind? Okay, most important thing first off, that everyone should have is quick cast on the abilities. So just make sure the arrows are like highlighted here, I guess. Or just press quick cast, or apparently that's the button. Topic of abilities. A keybind that I find really useful is quick cast of indicator. I have it binded so when I hold shift and press an ability, it basically shows the indicator. So how I would normally cast W, let's say, is just with quick cast, so instantly just cast W there. But if I hold shift and press W, I have like the indicator here, you see. It's typically good when it comes to just max range skill shots, basically. Just aiming it very precisely, just getting the exact max range. Like, let's say I'm walking back to the lane and trying to get a minion, you know, trying to get the exact max range of the W, instead of just, you know, kind of guessing. I mean, for most of the time you can just guess it, honestly. I mean, like, if you play this game enough, you'll just know. But, you know, if you just want to be safe, you know. Again, it's just under abilities and summoner spells, just scroll down and go to quick cast of indicator, and then bind is just a shift CQ. Or then what you want to do is you want to come down to trinket and do shift and then whatever your trinket button is. So I have 4, and so all that does is just when I hold shift and 4 I can ward. And the reason why this is useful is because let's say
this is not my idea of magic.
I'll go to dragon. Yo, why is dragon spawning? Do you mind? Is there a way to toggle dragon spawn? Can I not turn off dragon spawn? You know what, I'm gonna kill it real quick. Okay, so if I just want to place a ward down in the bush, you know, I could just press 4, you know, press my ward button. So there, that's simple. But if I want to have it hit like a tricky ward, hold shift, press 4, and then just sort of aim it, and then I'll always get the bush every time. It's easy indicator. I also just do it over here just so when I want to get like the right reach. I also have it binded on my control ward, which I usually have in my item 2 slot. So if I hold shift 2, I have my control ward here and I can just place it here. The next thing is going to be auto attacks. So this is pretty much the most important one on all of ADCs, I'd say. So for starters, this is something I definitely recommend you have, just because it's good information, that it's free information that you basically get them. And if you go to interface and go to abilities and attack display, make sure you have show attack range on. We'll go back to interface because there's a lot of stuff that we can play around in there. Basically, I have my player attack move on A. Meaning that when I press A, it shows indicator of my range, and if I just press left click, I just auto attack. So, I mean, it's just a good way, it's just how I kite. It's way easier to kite because, again, it's like, you don't have to be as precise as like right clicking the units. So instead of like doing this, you know, like this is like way too much work, and you have room for misclicks as well. But once you get the rhythm down of A, left click, right click, it's very hard to like mess up an auto attack. Like, you see how much easier this is? So the other thing I have is I have the player stop position on my mouse button. And I mean, it's not the most crucial thing. People usually have it on S, but I have changed my S key to something else, which I'll get into in a sec. But basically, whenever I move and just press my mouse button, I just cancel all my movement and just stand still. So one of the most crucial binds to have in all of ADC, I'd say, is really not in player movement. It's actually in abilities and summoner spells for whatever reason, but it's all the way down here, and it's target champions only. And so some people have this as a toggle, which you can have in game, where you do treat target champions only as a toggle. I personally have that off, and so basically all that does is if I just press it once, then I don't need to like hold it down basically. But again, I don't really see the use of it. I personally just have it off, just make it so I hold S. But it's just based on what you're comfortable with, honestly. Okay, so let's say I'm tower diving. So obviously I can't right click the dummy. Like, okay, I can A left click and go up and target it like that. But again, that's just hard. It's just like unnecessarily hard. So what target champions only does is basically I just hold S and I can just easily right click it without ever hitting the tower. The only downside with target champions only is you can't A left click with it. you have to precisely right click on them. Which, I mean, again, it's way better than risking like an A click. Because again, it's like, you have the chance of ordering the tower. Okay. The most crucial change that you could make sure auto attack is off, because on default, this thing is on. This should never be the case. Why? So what this does, so basically what auto attack does is it just makes you auto attack whenever like enemy is close to you, and it's just really annoying because it like disrupts your last hitting, it like messes with your targeting. Just have this off, never have this on. Okay, moving on. This is a fun one. So this is the one where like, this is the bind basically to show you how to space glide. But basically, the player attack move click is on X. It's basically what this does is that I press one key and I just auto attack. And so let me just get stacks real quick. So basically all it does is I just press two buttons. I just X right click, and you just glide. Hold on, let me like get an objective real quick. Okay, hold on, let me go kill dragon real quick. Okay. Alright, kill dragon, let me go here. And then I just... I mean, yeah, you guys get the idea. Okay, so those are pretty much the important auto attack ones. I know the most optimal settings, I believe, for FPS is windowed mode and having like medium settings on 240 FPS. I've heard that that's how to like maximize FPS, and obviously have vertical sync off. I should have it off like every game, honestly. But I mean, the only reason I have it on very high is because I do like cinematic shots on my videos typically. So because of that, I need it on very high. But if I wasn't doing that and I was just like a casual player, I mean, I would probably do medium graphics. But again, I mean, it's preference. If you like your game being pretty and you can run it, do very high. I would recommend not having the legacy cursor on. Like, I'm not gonna lie, me personally, I'm all for nostalgia, don't get me wrong. But this new cursor is just so much better. Like, you just can't deny it. It just looks good. Like okay. Like, this one it's iconic. It's an iconic ass cursor, don't get me wrong. But it's like, it's not pretty compared to the new one. There's a reason why they made a new one. And honestly, like, low-key, the only reason I use this one specifically is because the A left click just kind of, it's like, looks easier to target than the other one. Like, the other one, the indicators, like, it just looks kind of weird. Oh, this is a key one. I am surprised this isn't just in default. But ability cooldown display is typically on seconds. Put it on minutes plus seconds. And so what this basically does is, let me turn off my cooldowns, is that once I flash, it's 5 minutes instead of 300 seconds. It's just way easier to just track some minutes. Like, even if I cleanse, you know, I can see it's 3 minutes and 30 seconds instead of 2:10, you know? It's just easier. It just makes life easier. I mean, hey, chat, have this at your own will. If you want this on everyone, have it on everyone. If you want it to have it on the same team, or even pre-made only, you know, this is just your choice. This depends on how bad you want your experience to be in League. I have it on everyone because I like the content. I like the fucking shit talking. If you don't like any of that, just have it on fucking pre-made or have it on the same team. Let's be real. There's no need to ever hit the enemy team. Oh, this is another important one. Obviously, they're all important, but for combat text, have everything on. Just have everything on, especially experience, because not having this one is insane. So what this basically does is when you're on your way bot lane and the minions are dying, you just want to see if you're in range to get XP. Because when you, here, let me go kill like Scuttle. And wait, I'm fucking level 18. Okay, so I'm level 3. See my champion? Have I had 105 on top of my champion? And that's what it does. It just shows you. Let me give it a better example.
Morning.
Let's say you're at your red, leashing your jungler. Okay, and then you see like the minions are fighting here. Okay, they're already dead. Let's say like as you're walking back, let's say like I stand here. You see I didn't get any XP. Let's say I stand closer. Didn't get XP there. I stand closer, and you see I still have plus 30, plus 30. It's just a good way to see if you're gonna hit level 2 at the correct time, at the intended time that you want to hit level 2. And honestly, that's like the best use for it. It's just to see if you're in range to get XP. Another thing I forgot to mention is under abilities and attack display, have show spell costs on. Basically, all it does is put a number above your abilities just to show how much mana they cost. Yeah, I mean that's about it. That's all you need really. The rest just comes down to execution. That's it. So yeah.